Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is October the 23rd, 2024. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Today was a good day. We worked hard. It was nice. Today kind of played out like a buddy cop movie for me. I had some help and assistance. We were just mashing that shit. And we got everything done pretty much. And once again, in the middle of peak, that felt real good. So, put tip of the hat on that one. Oh, I did remember this actually. I'm glad I did. We had a tornado drill today, and it was a little sloppy. And like I should have seen this coming because my supervisor the other day hit me up and he said, "Hey, pop quiz. Do you know where we're supposed to go for the tornado?" And I like fumbled through it, but more or less cobbled together the answer. And I was like, okay, cool. And I should have been aware that like probably coming down the pipe that, it's going to come up. It's going to come up. And sure enough, I hear these like sirens, but they're not sirens, right? And that's why I'm like really confused. And I realize like someone comes over and they're like, "Hey, like you hear that?" And we're like, "What?" And they're like, "Brr, brr," and it was an air horn. People, the supervisors or whatever, all had air horns. And I was like, "Are you serious? Like, why don't we have a designated fucking siren horn for this shit? That's so strange to me." But anyway, I took my ass to the destination, hung out for a little bit. Tornado drill done. Check, check, check. Let's see here. Let me. Ooh. I gotta make sure I don't forget about this. I have a mouse gate update. There's a mouse in my house. um, what we got one. We got another one. This is our second confirmed kill. Unfortunately, I have to say that. 07 to that mouse. And you know what? I'm gonna take you to the flashback. The other night, I was watching a stream, and I thought I heard a noise, and similar to the last time, I was like, "Is that the?" And I kept like kind of putting my ear to the wind, in my dark bedroom, and I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm watching this guy play League of Legends, and I'm not really used to like any of the characters and the sounds in this game. Maybe it's that, right?" And I just go tra la la la. So fast forward to today, I come home from the gym, and I look on the glue trap. That's right. I'm using all the weapons of war. And I see this crumpled little mass, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe it's lint." I'm like, "It's not lint, Isaiah. Be for real. You know what it is." And sure enough, it was a dead one. And I'm getting better at handling this. I didn't freak out as bad. I did double layer the gloves. I didn't lose a whole towel over it though. And gave him the old trash can funeral. That means I'm gonna have to get rid of that trash can, trash bag soon, of course. But I don't know. I'm sure this isn't the end, unfortunately. So will I keep you posted on this again? Probably, because I don't like seeing any kind of rodent or anything like that in my house. It does bother me, but we're getting better at handling it. It is a circle of life and death, if you will. That's right. I'm gonna say it. TikTok. I'm obscure enough. I hope. Knock on wood. Don't come for me, TikTok. Don't ban me. All right. Now for the food corner. This is the good part. I figured we get to the icky stuff, and then we'll go to the thing that I really enjoyed. We had pasta night, so pasta bolognese. It turned out real good, and I had the big salad, of course. The bread options were a bit different, and I got to take you back to the Kroger. We're doing another flashback. So I'm at Kroger, and I don't know if the times are changing because they fucking put a new Starbucks in my Kroger now, and things are just gonna be lost to history, or if it's just like delayed off for the remodel or whatever, and they're gonna come up with a new Bolilio pit where I can just get my Bolilio rolls for two for $1. But they didn't have it. So I was like, "Uh-oh, what am I going to do?" And I'm like, well, come on. You're in this whole bakery aisle. Like, let's fucking figure it out, Isaiah. Use your big boy brain. And I looked over and I saw that they had a whole ass, like, baguette for, like, I think, like $3. And I was like, all right, hell yeah, let's fucking go. Also, fun fact, my Kroger has like Einstein bagels that they sell, which I'm like, nah. I need that shit fresher or some shit. I don't want it from here. I want it from there. But then again, I might be thinking about it, maybe. But yeah, I got a whole ass baguette. So I'm cooking that last night, and I'm so happy with my little method now because I had that and a bolillo roll from my last grocery run. So I was like, all right, that's gonna be the bread. Cover them both in cheese, butter, and salt, red pepper, everything seasoning, and then I run them in the air fryer, get them nice and like toasted, and then put some pesto on there on top, and then I put some olive oil on it. And by God, golly, it was so yummy. It was so good. The bread definitely stole the show. It definitely made my night. And here I am talking about it the next day for sure. I mean, obviously the rest of it was good. It was fuego. But yeah, that definitely, chef's kiss, came together. So there you go. And I guess last but not least on the blogging section here, Snifflegate. How are we doing? How am I hanging? Still coughing, which is annoying. Still, some throat, but overall, no sniffles, so that's good, The initial culprit is kind of gone for the symptoms there, but, hopefully by week's end, knocking on the wood today, but hopefully by week's end, I'm 100%. But overall, we're hanging in. We're hanging tough. Hanging tough. There you go. All right. Now let's go ahead and do our startup, and we'll get into some news. Also, shout out to the new YouTube subscriber. I don't have, your name or anything like that, but I did notice that you subscribed right after I made my little Facebook post, and I really appreciate that. Sometimes I'm chilling, on my free time when I'm not on the pod. And it's nice that people will react to that, even if it's just one. You know what I mean? The road to 500 is paved with 500 friends. And, that I like to view it that way. A non-parasocial way, maybe. I don't know. Call me crazy. But anyway, I'm halfway through this startup. Look at me. Just dragging. All right. Tasty. Our first story comes from The Guardian. Ukraine war briefing. Draft dodging scandal sees Kyiv's top prosecutor resign and official sacked. Ukraine's prosecutor general Andriy Kostin has resigned after dozens of his officials had themselves registered as disabled to avoid military service. The prosecutor general must take political responsibility for the situation in the prosecution bodies of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky announced after a Security Council meeting about cracking down on draft dodging. Kostin minutes later called the situation clearly immoral and agreed with Ukraine's president that it is right to announce my resignation from the position of prosecutor general. Ukraine's Domestic Security Service, the SBU, said on Tuesday that 64 members of medical commissions have been named as suspects in criminal investigations in 2024, and 9 more have been tried and found guilty. It's not only the prosecutors, by the way, Zelensky said in his evening address. There are hundreds of cases of obviously unjustified disability statuses among customs and tax officials in the pension fund system and in local administrations. All this must be dealt with carefully and promptly. After the Security Council meeting, the Prime Minister Denis Shamal dismissed the management of the Central Commission overseeing fitness for service and senior officials in related roles in the health ministry. Zelensky ordered his cabinet to urgently draft a law dissolving existing medical conditions and reforming the disability assessment system. I know I'm doing a lot of reading here, but it's just going to make it easier. It came as Ukrainian officials said a man wanted for evading a military call-up killed himself after being caught by police and taken to an army recruitment center in the central city of Poltava. He refused to undergo a medical examination, the recruitment center said, and his body was found in one of the center's technical rooms, showing obvious signs of suicide. Now, the first time I worded them, like, why did they go out of their way to say that? Like, yeah, duh. But I kind of thought, oh, you definitely want to immediately hop on it and say that because you don't want it to make it seem like, oh, we just dragged this guy into the war and he literally wouldn't do it, so he fucking killed him. You don't want that narrative to start spreading in any kind of conspiratorial kind of way, right? So you immediately gotta say, look, he did it. He offed his own off switch. We didn't do it. We just dragged him here and like kind of gave him no out of like you're either gonna go to the front line and do the shit or that, which is very sad. It's very unfortunate right now. But I guess that this was the situation that more or less maybe sparked them saying we really need to make sure that we are cracking down on people trying to draft dodge, because this has been a common thing since the war started. People immediately left and there was a huge drain in Ukraine in terms of just the population from people just literally just leaving. And then the forced conscription were just making people going out of their way to be like, I'll do whatever it fucking takes to not go to war, like, period. And I don't fucking blame them. This is coming from a person who used to have nightmares that like they brought conscription back to the US and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to fucking war. This is the worst moment of my life. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I don't have to actually live that. Thank the Lord or the stars above, whoever the fuck. God damn it. So I get it. Like, I'm not trying to fucking die for a fucking nation that doesn't give a fuck about me at the end of the day. I don't care. I'm not that guy, pal. I just don't give a shit about any of, not even America, not even good old US of A. Fuck that shit, dog. No, you can catch me in Canada saying fuck it, eh? No way. Because your fucking life is more important than the goddamn country. Nah, don't let them bleed you, period. So yeah, I mean, they go back into North Korea and they're like, I love that they're jerking this shit off, being like, hey, it's confirmed. Everybody knows North Korea is helping Russia in Ukraine. Boom, drop the mic. Like, what are we accomplishing here? Yes, allies do ally shit, bro. Like, sorry that they're better friends than we are to them. We're not giving them any of our troops. We're just giving them a bunch of bombs and saying good luck. Or we're giving them a bunch of money. Good luck. No, I don't really care about this. I reported it the other day, so you know, there's a thing. I don't see why they spend like multiple paragraphs just talking about this shit. Like I personally just am like, okay, you said it. It's done now. Another thing I did want to pull here, just a little bit of extra news, I guess, on the subject. Russian attacks with drones and artillery hit residential buildings, killing 5 people, including a child, in the eastern Ukrainian regions of Sumy and Donetsk. Officials said on Tuesday. Separately, emergency services in the eastern Donetsk region said 2 people have been killed and another wounded by Russian shelling on the town of Mingrad. Moscow's defense ministry claimed its latest advances in the region on Tuesday, saying its forces had captured the abandoned frontline settlement of Novosadov in the Donetsk region in occupied southern Ukraine. Russian installed officials said a Ukrainian drone on the drone attack on the town of Enerhodar, home of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant, killed 1 person. So yeah, I felt like that was a relevant thing to mention. And also, the U.S. plans to include $20 billion to a G7 loan package for Ukraine of $50 billion. And could soon announce new sanctions targeting Russian weapons procurement, the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said on Tuesday. So there you go. A little bit of added news there. So yeah, a bit of an update on the Ukrainian-Russian front. I know we haven't talked about that as much, so I figured, hey, definitely a good time to hit that. But speaking of areas we haven't hit and talked about as much, though, definitely should be, is Sudan. So that's going to be where we're going to next. From the Sudan Tribune. Dozens killed in mosque airstrike in Sudan's Wad Madini. October 21st, 2024, at least 31 civilians were killed in an air attack on a mosque in Wad Madini, the capital of I'm going to get this wrong. Jazariah? We're going to say Jazariah. Al-Jazariah. Al-Jazariah State, activists said on Monday. The attack coincided with reports of RSF assaults on the villages in the east of the state. And just obviously a quick TDLR. There is the RSF, the Rapid was it the Rapid Strike Forces or whatever, but that's one side of this faction, and then there is the Sudanese Army, which is another side of this faction. I wish I could make this like a good, evil, bad, good thing, but you really can't. Both sides are pretty fucked on this. Both are committing war crimes and atrocities. I would say that like I've clocked and seen more of the RSF doing fucked up war shit, but once again, both should be in the Hague. Let's just fucking call that what that is. But that being said, you've seen the tides change to both sides, and like both sides have kind of gotten like semblances of outside help. I'd say maybe it's alleged that maybe like RSF is working with some kind of like, I think like Saudi or some country. I think I'm getting it wrong potentially, but and it's not confirmed, question, quotations or whatever, but like they're getting some kind of outside help that's like keeping them, stocked and in the fight, so to speak. And I know that Sudan, the army, is trying to go about it the same way, either hitting up like Russian, Iranian, or Chinese, any kind of potential person who's under the same kind of sanction situation. I want to say sanction fair. Why aren't people saying that? I heard the word lawfare used again today. I love that. I love when like fucking conservatives and fucking liberals use words like that. But like, yeah, no, that needs to be a sanction fair, because that's the kind of fucking bullshit we do as like Western countries. Like, we're gonna fucking moneyball the shit out of you until you can't exist, until you can't operate. And then they find out it's like, no, man, it turns out people will find a way to fucking survive. They'll find a way to fucking hustle their way out of a fucking problem. Even nation states will have to do it, and they do it. And then what? Now you're making a whole other faction here because you're trying to block all these people from working with the West, essentially. It's dumb shit. I hate it. I've said this before. Boo sanctions. Thumbs down. Tomato town for sanctions. They don't do shit for nobody. They fucking make shit worse for people who are trying to live in said nation state. And then it just breeds fucking problems. Anyway, I'm getting in the weeds. But, let's see here. Needless to say, I turned a TDLR until way too long. The RSF launched retaliatory attacks in eastern Algeria a day after its state commander Abu Akla Kikau defected to the army. This coincided with the arrest and torture of dozens of suspected Kikau loyalists. So I guess it was a big move, and said big move, beckoned a retort, which was this, which is terrible, because it's like, once again, 31 people fucking died. And I'm just covering this one moment, this one instance. There's so many situations that I haven't covered, unfortunately, that have been equally as tragic. So, I did want to put at least a little bit of a spotlight on there when I heard about it, at least listening on the BBC. And, hopefully one day we'll be back with better news. That's the only one I would like to cover. It's just somehow, some way, we see this conflict wind down, and people can get back to peace. Because obviously, in all these situations, in the Israel, Middle East situation, because it's not just Gaza at this point. Granted, it never was just Gaza, of course. This is very intense and intricate, and but then also, Ukraine and Russia. We've covered the shit in Sudan, the shit going on in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's just a ton of fucking shit going on, There's not enough room in your bio for all the goddamn flags. That's for goddamn sure. But, I try to do my best. I try to do my best to kind of cover this shit when I hear about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's go ahead and move along. Let's get on to the next beat, the next bump. Boy, howdy, this one's kind of rough. Let's see. It's giving dystopian. From People, Walmart worker, 19, found dead in store's walk-in oven. Bro, I didn't know that Walmart moved like this, that they had walk-in ovens that you could get fucking locked in and die. And die in like a saw trap, essentially. So this was a bummer. An investigation is underway after a 19-year-old woman was found dead inside a walk-in bakery oven at a Walmart in Canada. Authorities say. Ooh, I caught a typo. They say authorities sigh. I wonder if this is AI or not. Anyway, on Saturday, October 19th, at around 9:30 p.m. local time, Halifax Regional Police were called to a sudden death at a Walmart located at 6990 Mumford Road, according to a Monday, October 21st news release. A 19-year-old woman employed at the store was found deceased, the release confirmed. Police added that investigators are working closely with Occupational Health and Safety and the Nova Scotia Medical Examiner Service to determine the cause and manner of death. I do imagine that they are going to get to the heart of that pretty quickly. In a further update posted on Tuesday, October 22nd, police said the woman had been located in a large walk-in belonging to the store's bakery department. So let me just cut to it. I don't get how we are living in a situation where you have any kind of walk-in that you can get locked in. Like, yeah, I don't understand it. Like, what is the purpose of that? Like, give me the logistics as someone who works in these kind of situations, why that's set up that way. You should be always able to get in and out of a room. Fucking point blank, period. I don't get that. And it's weird. I feel like there's got to be some kind of bottom line issue here that comes into play. And, like, this needs to change. I mean, granted, the investigation is still going, obviously. And, if I hear any updates on this shit, I'll definitely be here to talk about it. But I don't get it. I don't see how we are in a situation in 2024 where someone can go into a walk-in, whether it's an oven, whether it's a freezer, whatever, and they get stuck and they have this like 1,000 ways to die ass way of dying. That should never be a thing. There should be some kind of button, some kind of fucking way to open and jigger the door and open it. Like, come on. Like, am I crazy? Am I insane? Should I put on a tinfoil hat here? Like, this shouldn't be happening, right? Once again, that's why I mentioned this bottom line shit, because it feels like we're living in a society where it's just like, nah, that doesn't matter. So what if maybe one or two people die every once in a blue moon for something like this? This is just the most efficient way to make it so what? We don't have theft, or like what is the reason of this? Can someone just break it down for me, because I'm stupid or something? I don't know. Because I can't explain it to my audience why Walmart has this setup where you can go into a bakery, walk in, and then potentially not get out, and it's obviously so hot that you die. You die potentially slowly, right? I don't fucking know, man. So yeah, I guess I should read this quote here. Please be aware of the impacts that speculation could have on family, colleagues, and loved ones of the woman, the release said. Look, dude, my advice to fucking Walmart: get your bag ready. Get your bag ready, because you should be paying these people out. You should be paying this fucking family out for what you did to their fucking daughter, sister, loved one, whoever. Because, bro, the rooster better come, bro, and you better fucking pay up. That's all I got to say about this. Because if you're not willing to fucking fix problems like this so they never fucking happen, then, like, be ready. Pay the fuck out every time. Don't do no arbitration shit. Don't do no fucking funky bullshit. Okay? That's what I have to say. And, yeah, on that note, we will move along. I mean, obviously, there's more quotables. There's more to read here, but we're going to hit it running. Let's go ahead, and we have one more thing to cover. We're going to get a little true crime with it to close ourselves out here. And let me take my last break, though, and then we'll close it out. Actually, I need to take a full break. Let me hit that water. Let me hit that other stuff, okay? I had a friend that roasted me for my water bottle that I got for free, by the way. They were saying, "Oh, I mean, cool hydro flask, but like it doesn't have the chug mode." And I was like, "What are you fucking saying to me? Like chug a lug, what?" And they explained it's like the little nozzle that you can just suck. And I'm like, I don't need that. And by the way, this was free 99, so I'm fine with it. But after that conversation, I started looking at the water bottles different, and I'm like, I mean, I guess it would be nice. I don't know. But no, I'm okay. Once again, I'm not paying another fucking $30, $40 for another water bottle that I don't need. Not in these trying times. I'm driving crooked, by the way. I can barely afford the tools to kill the mice trying to infest my home, goddammit. Like, I don't care about a goddamn straw in my water bottle. Oh. I will say another aside. I would like to maybe get some stickers, maybe for my water bottle, even though I don't take it out, I don't show it out. But I feel like that's the vibe now. Like water bottles are definitely the new laptop, right? And laptops were like the new car. I don't know, because I'm not a bumper sticker guy. Don't do that. Don't put your beliefs and feelings on your car just for someone to like feel a way about and potentially road rage you to death one day. That's my thoughts. That's my theory. Just a dealership, thank you. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm over here doing a Type 5 or something. Ooh. Oh, me, oh, my. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. You didn't just hit me. You didn't just hear me hit the spittoon. That didn't happen. Okay. From the Independent. Neighbors complained about a terrible smell. Weeks later, a man was accused of murdering his mom and half brother. There was a murder. Times two. California police arrested a man after finding the bodies of his mother and brother decomposing in his home. On October 16th, officers with the Antioch Police Department responded to a request for a welfare check. Upon arrival, they discovered the bodies of a man and woman in the advanced stages of decomposition. Well, that's a little yucky, according to a news release put out by the department. Mark Taylor, 46, was reportedly trying to leave the home when officers arrived. Police later determined Taylor is the son of the dead woman and half-brother to the male victim. Following an initial investigation, officers now believe Taylor murdered his half-mother and half-brother. His half-mother. Taylor murdered his mother and half-brother. He was arrested on 2 counts of murder and booked into the Contra Costa County Detention Facility in Martinez. The crime remains under investigation. One of the man's neighbors told KTVU he noticed a foul odor coming from Taylor's residence. We thought there was a dead rodent or something happened inside my unit, the neighbor, who did not want to be identified, told the outlet. Completely get it, and hence why I was ready to scoop up that body, despite the fact that I didn't really want to handle that little roach. Or not roach, rodent. You know what I mean? I was like, let me just get this guy up and out of here so I don't have to smell him later. You know what I mean? So yeah, felt very relatable. A little full circle moment here. Let's see. It's been a month already and we still smell it. So we thought it was going to be a big dead animal. And it's like, I mean, technically you weren't wrong. It was a pretty big guy. At least a bundle package, if you will. Damn, I'm sorry. That's probably inappropriate. Mea culpa. So yeah, that's pretty much a bummer, but I feel like we can kind of wrap that up there. If I hear anything about the case, the trial, then I will be, for sure, here to let you know about it. Let's see here. Let's do a little bit of a palate cleanser. Why not? Because I just remembered another Food Corner add-on. Maybe you don't want to hear about this after talking about rodent smells and dead bodies. But it was popcorn day at work. So there you go. That was nice. And I did a little collaboration, as I like to do sometimes, with the popcorn and my little snack chips that I eat at work. And I had flaming hot Frito-Lays, and I put some on top of the popcorn and washed it down with a NOS energy drink. So there you go. That was my snack for the day. Yummy. Okay, that's the episode. That's it. That's all I have. Let's see. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah feel free to, subscribe, become a newsie today. I shout you out at the top of the month and plug a project if you'd like. Other free ways to hit me up, isaiahnews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. I mentioned the YouTube at the top. Once again, subscribing is super helpful. Leaving a nice comment is super helpful. Leaving a like is super helpful. And you can do that on any of the platforms. It really does mean a lot to me if you do that. But also, even if you don't do that and you just listen, or even if you're just like a quick, a little clicker, you know what I mean? We love the clickers where you just come in, you hang out for the quick minute just to say you did it for my view. That's great. You're a real one. You know what I mean? You're peeping the game and you do it for me. And I love you. I'm saluting you right now. So, it just really just means a lot to me that you hang out with me. Some of you on a daily basis. I know there's some day ones out there, and you're a real one for that, man. But yeah, hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye bye. Mwah.